Hey guys, today is a very spicy day, you could say. We're going to do something very fun, maybe a little scary, and I don't really like scary things. I don't really do scary things that often, but today we'll be doing one for your entertainment. We're going to be playing Red Flood, the 2 steps forward updates, not as one of the main countries, but as the Orenburg Military District, a puppet of the Russian Empire at the start of the game. Will we remain loyal to the Empire? Will we betray them? Well, considering our country leader, I feel like there's an obvious path that we'll go down. And I'm not talking about this leader, I'm talking about this leader. The story begins from the gray, from the brown, from the chestnut-colored horse. The white tyrant who lorded over the common folk with an iron fist has been killed by a bullet. From the shadows, the people rejoice at the cruel man's demise, yet are afraid of the future to come. And here he is, Rasputin, leader of the realm of the beloved eye. Interesting, I guess. We're still in the Russian Empire, but we're not a puppet of the Russian Empire, which is a unique situation that I think will change soon enough. So we'll go ahead and cultivate a culture of profound spirituality, as the focus description says, and honor a certain queen. She'll be crowned Queen of Peace, Tsaritsa of all Russia. I'm sure the motivations are completely pure for doing this. And there she is, Olga the First Romanov. We will now get national spirit saints painted as devils. If the world sees us as devils, so be it. Rasputin isn't associated with saintliness, I guess you would say, as I'm sure all of you very wholesome individuals are all very saintly, unlike Rasputin. So far, this feels a lot like a parody of the Divine Mandate in TNO, but a lot more questionable. It has all the same themes, it just has a really weird undertone because of this guy. He's no Alexander Men. He's very scared. Beautiful event name, full of ecstasy and fire. And also, I have to clarify, it's ecstasy, the emotion, not I can't have another situation like the lean thing. YouTube in the Steam Workshop really didn't like that. It was really funny having Walter White sell the purple liquid, but I'm not doing that again. This is the emotion. And now we can finally do Return to Myth and get the Great Return. Political power, compliance. Our labor is not only to give peasants their earthly needs, but attend to the hunger of their soul. See, that's what Stalin got wrong. So now the rest of our focus tree is locked until the Russian Empire gets into a war. So we can't do focuses anymore, but we will build up and prepare for what's to come. I'll want to get a medium tank designer, and then we'll research medium tanks and start going in that direction. Oh, and speaking of that war just started, so we can do the focus. We are removed as a puppet, though we already are not a puppet, so that does very little. Far, far away from our land, there reigns the absolute chaos of the dragon serpent. Yes, this is the perfect justification for war. It has nothing to do with anything, but I promise you that it means that we must attack. So our armies are about equal, but I believe we will be able to win this battle with our superior tactics and our love and our godliness, and Rasputin scaring them with his dark and evil and charming stare. Either way, here we go. Neither of us have supply along the border, so I feel like it's fair. Maybe not very fair. Though we now have cores, I believe, on their entire country and all of the south, so we are able to get very powerful very fast, as is fair for Rasputin. So now that our font size is large enough, we are going to go gobble up the south, prepare to go into the southeast, which this is further southeast than the Southeast Union, but it's fine. And there is war in Europe. By war in Europe, I mean there's a small disagreement between Hungary and their former puppet state, the Slovak Republic. I hope the Austrian Empire wins. I know they're not involved in the war, but I've chosen my side. Great news, the Hobbit is published. I kind of like the new Lord of the Rings show, and I've actually been reading The Hobbit again lately too, so it's really cool that they have an event for its publication. I need to know when all of my favorite books were published during the course of the game. Though this is an alternate history, so I guess it might not be the accurate dates if they don't want to make them the accurate dates. I can't wait for this to become like a TV show book review channel where I just review TV shows and books, but then play Hoi4 on the side. That's a good place for the channel to go. There's not enough strategy game book review content, because I feel like deep inside, all of us who play grand strategy games secretly just want to read books and talk about literature with each other. Also, our ideology is finally filling up the circle wheel. And stability is decent for being at war, though in Red Flood, stability isn't as terribly impacted as in vanilla or other mods for when you're at war. Usually it's 30%, in Red Flood it's only 10%, so things aren't too bad. I also invented artillery, so we'll now make artillery to put in our divisions. I guess I should design a tank too. Here, this will be a good first tank, but we can make some better ones later. I guess we should also make some planes and some anti-air. That's kind of an important thing in Hoi4. You either need anti-air or planes, ideally both if you can afford it. I don't think the Russian Empire has to. Well, they actually have a lot of planes, so yeah, we better get planes or anti-air, like I said. Okay, now we're going to fight a real war against a kind of powerful country. Our army isn't quite as big as ours, and they're out of supply, so just going to battle plan. And I don't think they have invented artillery. They don't have the majestic power of love that we have. Do they have a Russian queen to love? I don't think so. And they're melting. We're battle planning, and we've lost 814 to their 25,000. Oh, and they appointed a new Russian emperor. He looks kind of smart. And Finland's a puppet of Russia, but they don't control Siberia. And I think we finally hit a wall here, so we're going to have to slow down and be more methodical. Okay, with that done, we already have more factories than the Russian Empire, so it's only a matter of time before our army becomes more powerful than theirs. It isn't yet, though, so we can't just declare war now, and they have 2,000 planes potentially, so we don't really want to do that until our anti-air stockpile is a little higher. We have 100 units of anti-air. That's not enough unless that anti-air is very accurate, and each unit of anti-air can destroy 10 planes at least. Also, this society is improving relations with a lot of people. You live in a society. Wow, they had to do it, didn't they? Anyways, so there's an interesting diplomatic issue with moving south. Armenia is guaranteed by Spain, but Spain is about to die, so I don't care. I'm just gonna declare on them. Oh, and this is very good. In vanilla, supply hubs cost 20,000 construction points, but in Red Flood, it looks like they only cost 4,000, so that means we can build a ton along our border. So we are now going to walk into the Kremlin, return to our favorite city, Petrograd. We had lots of fun there last time around. I guess I better defend the crossing here just in case. So we should be good. We outnumber their army, and our divisions, I believe, will be superior, both our infantry and our tanks. Even though our tanks are pretty simple, I still think we'll be able to win with them. I'll just try to get some encirclements. Yeah, this seems to be going well. I'm happy that we added that anti-air to our divisions. I'm sure that's making all the difference, as air is, yes, of course, a red. I think once they capitulate, we'll get access to their stockpiles, so we will get a lot of their planes, and that'll jumpstart our terrible air force. Okay, we've made a lot of progress, but now we're going to have to temporarily pause the offensive to rebuild our supply lines. Supply isn't terrible, but it's becoming taxing. Also, we didn't get cores on everything this time. We just got claims, so we have to worry about occupation. And they capitulated. It took a while, but they didn't really stand a chance. Okay, and we're stopping again to build up supply lines. This is just going to be a constant struggle for now. They pretty much have no army. Well, they still have one. It's just so small compared to ours that it's unable to defeat us. Except their one saving grace is supply. And our final opponent potentially will fall pretty fast. Our supply is bad, but I built some supply hubs kind of nearby, and their supply seems to be equally as is bad everywhere. We might have one more opponent after this, the Imperial Authority, but China might deal with them for us. Oh, and it looks like Austria won, just like we wanted. Okay, here we are. Rasputin unifies Russia. Great day. Amazing. Once we turn into a book review channel, we'll have to review the Bible. Anyways, we have all of our cores. We're probably the most powerful country in the world, maybe? No, France is more powerful than us. That's stupid. But that is all for now. Bye.